at least what Eric's plan was.
Yes.
Now that you got the thing that we want to do another season for the network, where do you take that? Especially since you were going so heavy with the Angels arc.
Yeah, and like the end of the world and stuff. Oh, thank you. This is going to help everyone. I just started with coffee. Yes. Where do you take it? I'm asking you. No, actually, I think we've done a very good job of figuring out a place to go, which we never went before. Which is the notion that if you look at the history of Supernatural and all of the animals and creatures and monsters that we've kind of identified in our bestiary, the general species group of monster, meaning something basically cryptozoological, is an area that we've only brushed on in mythological terms. Meaning that, like, so we've done angels and demons and we've wired them into this large world system, and we've got a pre-involved cosmology with that. But all the while, when they weren't hunting those guys or putting ghosts to rest, they would occasionally find these monsters. And we never tied any of these like pieces into its own underlying mythos. So that basically, now we're turning our eye to this mysterious alien, the aliens among us, who are like the Minotaur, that we've already had the wraiths, and for example, like the kids are all right, we haven't changed them. That was our version of a fairy story that turned into monster, cryptozoological, poison, and all this stuff. That's the world we're going to start to look at. And I think that that's actually kind of interesting. If we can get out of the apocalypse and still have material to deal with, I'd like to. I think that's pretty amazing. So that's sort of in general that's the corner of the universe that I think we're shining our light in, and it's a fertile place.
So where are you taking the brotherly relationship?
They've had such a long relationship, haven't they? A large part of that is there's a lot of role reversal, like deep role reversal that takes place in this new season. Dean, as perhaps, he's starting as a family person, a family man. We know that, right? Did I just hear your all Eric's hair just goes. Then you can sand balsam wood off his head. And, no, that's not true. Okay, so Dean's a family man, which means Dean is suddenly the guy with a lot of external obligation, essentially angst. He's the one he's got the world on his shoulders in a certain way that we always had Sam kind of running this, he had deep empathy with this external world. Dean has a child and a family, he is that guy in many ways. He's still himself, but he has this other role he's moved on in life. Sam returns as a disenfranchised, one of our refugees from death. Oh, I'm back! But basically, he is almost in Dean's place now. Of being that kind of, he's more, the tendons that tie him down are less. That was a terrible answer, but I think maybe role reversal is a part of it. And their relationship will go as it goes. They have what I would call it's a love-hate relationship based on some very troubled history.
Are you done with the Angels stuff, or is there still more?
I would say no, but we're no more done with angels than we're done with ghosts or with demons. In that what we're doing is sort of slowly peopling a populous world with all these supernatural creatures. So they will come back. Cass is still their friend. He's still part of their lives, basically. And it turns out to be pretty troubling to have an angel part of your life, because they have lots of problems that you don't want to deal with. And so that's part of how he keeps coming back. It's trouble in heaven, as always.
I heard rumors that Sam was going to be returning as a villain. Is he going to be more morally ambiguous as we've seen in the past, or what can you preview about who he is and what he is coming into this new season?
I think, right, well, I think one of the things that when he comes back, one of the things to try and figure out is exactly what his experience away was and how, who he is yes, he will be unsettling from time to time, and there is a mystery at the heart of why he does. For most of us, the mystery is I just didn't see that guy for a year, and he had some weird shit happen to him. Here, we're making it externalized and more dramatic, so there's stuff. There will be a question about what Sam is.
Is he flesh and blood when he gets back, or is he ghost? That's what we have to wait for.
When you see him, he is flesh and blood. That is my understanding. It's news to me if he's a ghost. I would love that, and I would say they should keep it from me as long as possible, because just for my enjoyment. But yeah.
And it'll be picking up a year after.
That's roughly a year.
Is there any kind of time jump?
Apart from the year, or there'll be a year.
Samurais. How many months, years?
There'll be 1 year.
1 year?
Yeah, which will be good because we need time for people to, Dean has a whole life that he started to sort of invest in.
Any other guest stars that we'll see? Any other characters that
You will be told about them. Will I tell you about them? I'm not sure. What do you think?
Mark Shepard could have a bigger part.
Yes. Well, Mark Shepard, in that he, since he holds the keys to Bobby's car, so to speak, he's got some involvement there, and he's just in essence, he's running the show on the bad side, or that's one of the things. He's going to be one of the players, the big players now, because there's been a collapse in the hierarchy of demonkind. So in essence, he's going to be a power player, and he still has all kinds of twisted affection and enmity for the boys. So he'll be making trouble.